Guys, just wanted to jump on and do a quick introduction to this video. So this wasn't going to be my first video. I was going to do more of an introduction video, but I made this for uni and I thought it's already made and ready to go, so why not put it up for you all to see? You guys might benefit from it or just enjoy watching the process of how I trained Archie to spin. I apologise if the video seems a little bit rushed. We had a time limit on our uni project, so it only goes for about 5 minutes. But let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments, or you want to see any different kind of video, whether you want a different training video or me just to discuss about some behaviour and things. Let me know in the comments. Hello everyone and welcome to Training with Archie. Today we're going to be training Archie to perform a spin on cue. Just a reminder to always keep your training sessions short and listen to your bird. If they don't want to interact or train at the moment, give them a break, let them fly away, and come back later when they're in a better mood. This will ensure that training is enjoyable for the both of you. For step 1, we're just going to condition him to correlate the sound of the click with a food reward. All I'm doing is clicking and rewarding regardless of the behaviour that he's performing. Step 2, we're going to bring in the target stick and we're going to click and reward every time he touches it gently with his beak. You can see in this video that Archie is actually scared by me treating him from the same hand as the stick. In this second video here, I have done it more gently, avoiding huge movements of the stick. However, you can still see he's nervous to take the treat and backs away really quickly. To avoid excessive movement of the stick and scaring Archie, I have decided to treat him from the opposite hand and hold the stick a lot more steady when training him. The target stick often acts as a lure in itself, as it's a new interesting object. However, if your bird is not super keen on it, you can show them the treats nearby the stick to help lure them in. Here I actually shouldn't have clicked and rewarded because he's aggressively tried to bite the stick. So to combat this in the next video, I've just held the stick just out of his reach so he can only get the tip of his beak onto the stick. And then I will click and reward that behaviour so he knows he doesn't need to bite the stick. Once your bird is consistently touching his beak to the target, it's important to practice in different parts of the house and at different times of the day. This helps them understand that training isn't limited to one room or one time of the day. For step 3, we're just going to put the target stick behind the bird to initiate our 180-degree turn. If your bird is struggling with this step, perhaps go back to step 2 and make sure that the bird can take a few steps towards the target and understands that the target needs to be touched with its beak. Step 4, we will be using the target stick to begin luring the 360-degree turn. I've just included this video to show you that a lot of birds don't like things from coming above them. It's really intimidating, so it's best to use the target from underneath because it's less intimidating and they can focus on actually performing the task. It's important to reward the behaviour whether it's perfect or not. As seen in this video, he moved around a bit, but he still did get that 360 rotation in the end, so I've still rewarded for that behaviour. In the last few videos, I've stopped the use of the target stick as a lure just because Archie was getting the idea of the behaviour and my hand with food in it was lure enough for him. I made Archie a freestanding perch so that it was easier to train him and get underneath him to lure it. He was actually scared of it, so I'm using the target stick to lure him onto the perch. I've even rewarded in one of these videos when he gets 1 foot on the perch because that's a step in the right direction. For step 5, we will still be luring the behaviour, however we'll be using a hand signal or a verbal cue right before we lure the behaviour so that he can start learning the cue. Step 6 is the final step, and we'll be fading out the lure and only using a hand signal or voice cue to initiate the behaviour. He's a little confused at first, however he tries and attempts the behaviour and gets distracted halfway, so I just lure him the other half the way round and reward. Your bird will most likely start offering the behaviour without any hand signal, as you can see Archie does. It's vital to be watching your bird's body language so you can preempt when they will spin, and then you can show them the hand signal or voice cue whilst or before they do the spin so you can reward it. If you're struggling to train this, it's important to try new things and be patient. I found with Archie that when the hand signal was performed above his head or in line with his eyes, he wasn't really understanding or performing the behaviour. However, once I started showing him the hand signal just below his beak near his chest level, he actually performed the behaviour really well and consistently. Birds can be very particular about their environment and changes, so to set your bird up for success, you need to take note of things, maybe reflective surfaces, uncomfortable perches, new objects in the environment. Perhaps even if you cue with a different hand to what you normally do, it can sometimes confuse the bird and be detrimental to their learning. Archie's learnt to spin on cue. Thank you guys so much for watching.